on these platforms need me. Is y'all cool? Do I gotta start popping my? Do I gotta go there? Do I gotta bring Adam in this? Do I gotta go there and hit different? No, I will. Everybody asks you, J man, you going back to no? I will not be going back to no jumper, folks. It hit different. Let's start there.
Yo, face. Show your face, please, with sugar on top.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, how ironic that we literally just put out a video on FYB J-Man and Tay Capone speaking on Adam 22 and No Jumper, playing with the Chicago drill culture as a joke, and J-Man stating that he feels they're diminishing his brand. J-Man stated that every time he goes up there, they ask him some off-the-wall questions, and now that he is who he is in the public's eye, he can't associate himself with that type of energy. Therefore, he says that he will no longer be doing interviews with No Jumper. Well, shortly after that, someone sent us a post of Tay Savage speaking on guests that go to these platforms and conduct themselves in a way by answering questions that can indict them. Tay Savage basically says that yes, you do have bloggers that ask incriminating questions, but sometimes even do the most. However, it's always up to the guests to decide whether they want to answer the questions if they really want to or not, and then it's how you answer the questions as well. Now we're going to get into the post that he put up, but before we do, let me say this. I agree and disagree with him at the same time, and after we see what he had to say, I'll give you my reasons why. On another note, the drill culture these days consists of a bunch of kids who I personally feel don't know any better. Not only are they young, but a lot of them don't have any media training because they come straight off the street into these interviews due to them having a buzz. Sometimes musically, and sometimes just the fact of them being popular in the drill culture for all the negative reasons. So some of them do know how to conduct themselves, but majority of them get caught in the moment and end up saying or doing something that they'll regret later because they're trying to uphold the image or persona for their rap careers. The latest example of this would be a young rapper from Atlanta named Lil Deko. He recently did a hood vlog with On the Couch TV, and after receiving a bunch of backlash for how they look, he's been trying to get the video taken down. They showed a bunch of firearms, looked nervous and pulled out their firearms every time they thought the op was coming, and just was being too extra. Keep in mind, most of them look no older than 17. One person in the comments will say, quote, "This is the most fed police mouth-watering video ever." Another user would say, quote, "No hating ish, but let's be honest. Real street N-words not doing all that. Up an extra ish at every person they see, that's moving sloppy as ish. Showing your hand when it don't need to be shown. I'm honestly surprised the cops didn't get called on them, loud and causing attention." Deko would encourage people to flag the video to get it taken down by taking to his IG story to say, quote, "Everyone report this video." In another slide, he would say, quote, "I had to come to myself. That vlog ish ain't cool. Can get an N-word book. So for all you N-words who want to do a vlog and let N-words ask you questions about your ops, this is 12, bro. I don't respect this ish. I did, but listen to this ish I said. Never said I was a killer, but I don't fear no man. Every N-word who have something to say about that vlog can hit my phone personally, heads up. I'm trying to get it taken down as soon as possible because I don't respect it. You N-words want to be on camera thinking the N-word playing because they seeing cars. This is really serious and N-words think I want to be like somebody. You don't see me waving no weapon at all. Type of ish, bro. If you F with me, report that vlog. Let's do it the right way. That ain't my image." Now, despite him wanting the video to be taken down, and there's no taking back the way people felt after seeing it. This is just one example of when you put something on social media, once the damage is done, it's done. Now let's get into what Tay Savage had to say in reference to bloggers asking certain questions during interviews. Tay Savage would take to his IG story to say, quote, It's the interviewer's job to ask questions, and it's the person who get an interview job to answer those questions and promote whatever they're trying to promote. Now, I definitely think some people use their platforms in malicious ways, but some of these people getting these interviews gotta be held responsible too. No bullish, interviews not for you to dish your op or talk about serious street beat. I ain't gonna lie, I rock with @Remo, @Adam22, and a couple more people from No Jumper LA. Now, do I agree with each and everything they do? Of course not. But I do know they're one of the platforms that covers Chicago, the good and the bad. Now, here's my thing. I agree and disagree with Tay Savage for a few reasons. He has a point about guys having the choice to answer questions how they want to, but some of these interviewers purposely ask negative or insulting questions to get a controversial response just to go viral. Just like when Adam22 made J-Mane feel uncomfortable during their interview about talking about his manhood. Sometimes it's not even about the questions all the time, and more so about respect. Most times these guys think they're going to these platforms to talk about music or what they got going on, and when they get there, 90% of the conversation is about street activity and 10% about music. Or sometimes they barely even talk about the music at all. DJ Vlad, who's known for being accused of asking incriminating questions, was called out for an interview he did with an up-and-coming rapper by the name of BTB Savage, who was tragically unalived in March of 2023. This was due to an interview BTB Savage did with DJ Vlad, where Vlad was accused of asking about a shooting that Savage was involved in that led to him taking the life of another man back in February of 2023. According to DJ Vlad, the interview was posted on March 26th, and by March 30th, BTB Savage was shot and unalived after being ambushed as he tried to leave his condo in Houston. BTB Savage's mom accused DJ Vlad as playing a role in her son's demise because in their interview he constantly focused more on BTB Savage taking another man's life rather than focusing more on talking about BTB Savage's music. She would take to a Facebook post to address everything as she would say, quote, "My son did the Vlad video on March 17th, 2023. Vlad TV did not drop the footage until March 29th, 2023. They edited the footage to make the video what it was. My son was going to do an interview about his music and Vlad kept harping on the Omar situation. Daryl said, nah fam, let's just stick to the music. Rest in peace to that man. Vlad didn't even put the music convo on there. The day my son died, he knew something was up. He sent me a ton of texts explaining to me what was popping off. He told me what to do. I told him to leave and come to Vegas with me. They killed him before he made it to the airport. Vlad TV is dead wrong. My son was set up by the people he called brother, by the people he ate with, by the people he trusted. Then they stood at the crime scene filming my son's body in the street. We have peace. I just want justice and I'm going to get it. I grew in the era where we fought for the right to have our voices heard. Nowadays, you get killed over your First Amendment right. Now, I'm not angry about the lies people are telling because in the First Amendment it's called freedom of speech. Pray for the Richardson family for the loss of their loved one. Pray for my family for our loss as well, and it's exactly what it is, a great loss. Now, once again, another case of when you can't take something back that you already put out there. Unfortunately for BTB Savage, the results for him was fatal, but the only thing we can confirm is whether he did in fact pass over saying way too much in the interview or not. Now, we could talk about a bunch of instances where Vlad have asked some crazy questions, but the problem is that some people may say, well, just don't answer, which is true in some cases, but in others you have guys that think it fits their image and they don't realize that they actually are incriminating themselves. One of the smartest guys to do a Vlad interview was Pee Wee Longway. Vlad asked him a bunch of back-to-back street questions that he refused to answer, and Vlad openly said, quote, "That's the way to answer them type of questions. People get mad at me for asking, but people answer." Now, once again, it's definitely true, but what's the sense in asking incriminating questions purposely, knowing that it can incriminate somebody? And then after the interview, they talk about, oh, that's my boy, shake each other's hands. It's crazy. And here's why I think it actually bothers me. Because I watch people willingly go to these other platforms and get asked weird questions, and they don't check the interviewer. But the minute they go on an urban platform, if the interviewer asks a question like that, they're quick to call them a rat, a snitch, or say that they're doing the police job. And in most cases, the urban platform know better to even ask those type of questions. So why do others feel comfortable doing it and it's allowed? Back in the days when you had platforms or TV shows such as Rap City or any one of them shows that was on and highlighted black rap music, you never heard them ask incriminating questions, no matter how much legal stuff or bad stuff that these guys have been accused of doing outside of music. So why is it so normalized now? I don't know. If I was a rapper coming up, the first thing I would tell these podcasters is to not ask me anything street related. I don't want to talk about my past street stuff. I don't want to talk about any street allegations you heard about me neither. If it ain't about the music, don't ask. If you can't do that, then we don't do the interview. Simple. But then again, you do have guys like Adam who Ruger says he told them specifically not to ask certain questions pertaining to Lil Durk. And as soon as the cameras came on, that's exactly what Adam did. This is a good topic though, because there's people that feel different about it, and I want to know y'all opinions. Do you feel interviewers should stop asking incriminating questions, or do you feel guests need to be more smart when it comes to answering? I feel it's a bit of both. Y'all jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. And I'm out.